Hello and welcome to the Wisdom and Compassion community. This is our series, Finding the Miraculous in the Mundane, where we uncover wonder in everyday moments. Today we're diving into the theme of silence, and rest assured, this won't just be a wordless meditation session. But by the end of this video, we might just appreciate silence in a whole new way. Think about it. We live in a world overflowing with noise, traffic, notifications pinging, music in every store and elevator. We even invented elevator music just to fill the quiet. It's like we're allergic to silence. Many of us feel uneasy when things get quiet. You know, that awkward silence in a conversation that everyone just scrambles to fill. We joke about awkward silences, but have you ever wondered why we're so uncomfortable with quiet? What if those empty pauses we rush to fill are actually full of something miraculous? In our rush to avoid silence, we might be missing one of life's greatest gifts. Silence isn't just nothingness. It's an experience, a presence in itself. When we talk about finding the miraculous in the mundane, what could be more mundane than silence? It's always there, between the sounds and sentences. Yet within that quiet, there's a whole world waiting. A world of peace, insight, and even humor. Yes, humor. Because once you get comfortable with silence, you might find it's actually kind of nice not having to fill every moment with chatter. There's a quiet irony in the way silence can act as a punchline, highlighting the absurdity of our constant need to explain things that often speak perfectly well for themselves. As the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh wisely put it, silence is essential. We need silence just as much as we need air, just as much as plants need light. When our minds are crowded with noise, endless words, thoughts, and media, we have no space to let in new ideas or truly feel our lives. In silence, we finally create space for ourselves. Let's take that in. We need silence as much as air and sunlight. When was the last time you allowed yourself to simply sit in silence? No phone, no TV, no music, just quiet? It's become a rare luxury, but it's as vital to our well-being as oxygen. Without some silence, we're living in a constant fog of noise. It's no wonder we often feel drained. I want to share a little story in the first person. The other morning, I woke up before the alarm. The house was completely quiet. My first impulse was to grab my phone, check messages and play music, anything but just sit there. But instead, I made a cup of tea and sat by the window. At first, it felt odd, almost too quiet. But then I started noticing things. The soft stir of a gentle breeze outside, the subtle sound of my own breathing. I noticed my mind finally started to slow down. In that gentle silence, I felt alert and peaceful at the same time. It was only 5 minutes, but it felt miraculous, like I'd given my brain a mini vacation. It turns out there's science behind that peaceful feeling. Studies show that spending time in silence actually triggers some amazing benefits. Quiet time can spur the growth of new brain cells and improve memory. How miraculous is that? In one study, just 2 minutes of complete silence was even more relaxing for the body than listening to relaxing music. 2 minutes of silence. Who would have thought? And that's not all. Silence has a ripple effect on our whole well-being. It lowers stress hormones and heart rate, allowing our nervous system to shift into repair mode. Ever notice how after a long, noisy day, a few moments of quiet can feel like a cool drink of water on a hot day? That's your body and mind healing in the quiet. In silence, tension melts and our brains can finally rest. Silence also boosts our creativity. Have you ever gotten a great idea while taking a quiet shower or walking alone in nature? It's no coincidence. When we aren't bombarded by outside input, our imagination wakes up. Our mind can wander freely and make new connections. Daydreams flourish. Some of the best aha moments happen in stillness. There's even a famous quote by composer Claude Debussy: "Music is the silence between the notes." In other words, silence is part of what makes music beautiful. It gives shape to the melody. In our life, silence gives shape to our thoughts. It's the space where insights can emerge. Beyond creativity, silence can even improve our relationships. It sounds strange, but think about listening. If we're not afraid of a little silence in conversation, we won't rush to interrupt. We can truly listen to the other person. Pausing to let a silence be, instead of anxiously filling it, lets us absorb what someone really said. We might even notice what they're not saying. By being comfortable with quiet, we show we're present with them. That builds empathy and connection. Sometimes sitting in silence with someone, no words needed, can be more bonding than hours of chatter. And we can't forget the spiritual side of silence. In many wisdom traditions, silence is sacred. Monks and nuns in various faiths take vows of silence or spend long periods in quiet contemplation. The 13th century poet Rumi said, "Silence is the language of God. All else is poor translation." A beautiful way to suggest that in stillness we can sense the divine or the deepest truths. Even the Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." In the quiet, people often report feeling more connected to something greater. Whether you call it God, the universe, or your own inner voice, in silence, our soul speaks louder. Throughout history, sages and seekers have turned to silence to find peace and wisdom. It's in that hush that we can hear our intuition, the still, small voice inside. In fact, many of life's profound experiences are beyond words. A stunning sunset, holding a loved one's hand. We often meet those moments wordlessly, in silent awe. Silence is not empty, it's brimming with presence. It's no exaggeration to call it miraculous. Now, rather than just talking about silence, let's experience it for a moment. I invite you to join me in a brief moment of silence. Take a slow, deep breath and just listen. Welcome back. How was that? A brief moment of silence can feel surprisingly long if we're not used to it, or surprisingly short if we savor it, or even timeless if a certain eye is open to it. If you felt your mind wandering or you grew uncomfy, that's okay. It shows just how unusual true quiet is in our daily life. And if you found it calming, great. That's a tiny taste of the miracle hidden in silence. The good news is we can invite more of this calming silence into our everyday routine, and it doesn't require a mountain retreat or a soundproof room. Small steps make a big difference. Let's explore a few simple ways to uncover quiet, miraculous moments hidden in the everyday. Morning silence. Try starting your day with a few minutes of quiet before you jump to your phone or emails. Sit with your coffee or tea and just be. Notice the morning stillness. Try mini pauses throughout the day. Throughout the day, take short silence breaks. Maybe when you park your car, turn off the radio and take 3 deep breaths in silence before going to your next task. Or at work, take a 2-minute break, close your eyes and enjoy the quiet. Try device-free moments. Create little zones of silence, perhaps dinner time with no TV on, or an evening walk without any earbuds. You'll be amazed how those small pockets of quiet recharge you. Nature. If you can, spend time outdoors in a quiet place. Early morning in a park or late evening under the stars. Nature's silence isn't total. It's filled with gentle sounds like rustling leaves or crickets, but it's so soothing. This kind of quiet time in nature has been shown to reduce stress and even improve health, such as through forest bathing. Evening wind down. At the end of your day, consider a few minutes of silence instead of scrolling your phone. You might reflect quietly on the day or just enjoy the stillness before sleep. These moments of silence are like little miracles you can give yourself anytime, anywhere. As we embrace these quiet moments, we start to notice something. Silence isn't empty at all. It's full of answers, insight, and peace. In the silence, you might find clarity on a problem that's been bugging you, or simply a sense of rest that all the entertainment in the world can't provide. The mundane, quiet moments, sipping tea in the morning, walking to the bus stop, sitting in the car after a long day, those can become miraculous little retreats if we honor them. So the next time you encounter a bit of silence, welcome it. Instead of reaching for your phone or rushing to fill the gap in conversation, take a breath. Listen. You might discover that, as an old saying goes, silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. In the mundane quiet, there's something truly miraculous, a chance to reconnect with yourself and the present moment. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of silence. I hope you found this video enjoyable and maybe a little inspiring. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the Wisdom and Compassion community for more episodes of Finding the Miraculous in the Mundane. Feel free to share your thoughts or experiences with silence in the comments. I love to hear how you find quiet moments in your life. Until next time, remember, in this noisy world, don't forget to take a moment of quiet for yourself. Sometimes the smallest silent moments hold the greatest peace. Thank you for watching.